Hello, Diana here. I am so excited about today's video because I created a journal that took me over 2 years from start to finish to get it published. And it's an absolute heart project for me, and they're beautiful and they're so popular. This one sold out in the first week and a half. Never fear, I have more, but so many people are starting to journal that didn't journal before just simply because they're so stinking pretty. And 2020 has sucked. I mean, come on, it has sucked. Everybody needs to be starting their day with gratitude and intention. And the My Best Life journal is here to help. So grab yourself a cup of coffee. Also, if you don't journal in a fancy book like this, then just grab a spiral or a piece of paper or whatever. And I will go step by step through utilizing. If you need to do it in a spiral notebook, you'll still get the benefits. I'd rather help you live with gratitude and intention than sell the journal, quite honestly. So grab a spiral if you need to, grab your journal if you've got it, make yourself a cup of coffee, and I'll meet you right back here. Now, before I forget, because I always do, if you would hit that subscribe button, not only would I appreciate it, but Facebook loves it. So please, please, please punch that subscribe button and let's get to journaling. Thank you. Whew. Alrighty, let's get started. If you want to know a little bit about the story of the journal and the journey it took to get from idea to fruition, there's a video right here. And the video is more about the journey to getting them made. Now that they're made, they're in the hands of tons of people. I've been getting a lot of questions about journaling because honestly, 2020 is bringing a lot of people to journaling that never thought to journal before. 2020 has been a shit show. Talk about pigs that crash and pigs that fly. 2020, the whole year seems to be like this, versus I thought 2019 was tough. But the journal is helping everybody get wings. So, coming apart. There is a little letter from me, tells you a little bit about me making it, that kind of stuff, but I'm not really gonna go into the story of the journal. I really wanna get into the meat and potatoes of utilizing a journal. The difference between a journal and a diary. So a diary is a record, kind of a record of what you've done. A journal is a vision of what you want to do, what you want your life to look like. It's a way of living your life with gratitude and intention. And in 2020, let's face it, everybody needs a whole lot more gratitude, and living with intention is a lot more difficult. So this is what 2020 needed. The reason that I call it My Best Life is because I want, when you say, hey honey, would you hand me my best life? At the top of every single journal page, every page says My Best Life as a positive affirmation to remind you that you are creating your best life every time you open this book, every time you take pen to paper or pencil to paper in my case. Okay, let's start. A prompted journal every single day. There's questions that kind of prompt you as to what to do, how to answer. Because a lot of people get like writer's block or get stumped. So prompted journals are fantastic for that. So in the introduction, it tells you how to utilize each prompt. It explains what the prompt's for and how to do it. So begin with gratitude. Begin. Gratitude is the most important thing. There's quotes all through the book that I absolutely love. So this is an Oprah Winfrey quote. What I know for sure is that if you concentrate on what you have, you will always end up having more. If you focus on what you don't have, you will never, never, never have enough. Gotta love Oprah. Love her. Now, one thing about this, so the gratitude statements in the journal says, I am grateful for ... because you want to write a gratitude statement. The example I use here, so a lot of journals say gratitude, and then they give you little lines like this, and then you just put your little lines down or put your little numbers down. If you're not grateful for more than just this, then you don't practice gratitude good enough. You gotta do it better. You wanna do gratitude statements, not just what I'm grateful for, but why. So right here, your first prompt is your gratitude. 6 gratitude statements, not just a list. So it says right here, I'm grateful for ... because. So what are you grateful for and why? So the example in the introduction is, for example, I'm grateful for my dogs. That's all right, but it's not real warm and fuzzy. Why don't you try a gratitude statement? I am grateful for the unconditional love that my dogs give me, because when it seems like I can't do anything right, they look at me as if I'm doing fantastic. Now that is a warm and fuzzy gratitude statement. So this prompts you to do 6 gratitude statements. Now, gratitude statements can be, I'm grateful for the arms that God gave me to hold my grandchildren. That's an amazing gratitude statement. One thing that I tell everybody, we so often are grateful for so many other things that we forget to be grateful for ourselves. So what I tell everybody is the first number 1 on your gratitude statement every day should be something about yourself. If you don't love yourself, then you don't have enough love to overflow and give other people. You can't give other people a love that you can't give yourself. I don't know how to explain that. If you don't have enough love for you, how can you really love somebody else? How do you have enough love to overflow? So you have to pour into your own cup first. And the love that everybody else gets is overflow. If you don't know how to love you, how are you going to know how to love anybody else? So the number 1 on your gratitude statement should always be something about yourself. It can be something like, had a good hair day, or I'm rocking this outfit, or I love my smile because it puts joy across my whole face. Remember, you want to do a whole statement. I'm having a great hair day because my bangs aren't in my eyes. Or anything. I love my arms because God gave them to wrap around my children. So another thing too that a lot of people reach out to me and ask about is, for gratitude statements, think outside the box. Think about gratitude statements as, number 1, something about you. Maybe your second gratitude statement can be something about nature. Look outside of your own little world. I'm so grateful for the flowers because they smell amazing. I'm grateful for the trees blooming because they look beautiful. I'm grateful for the rain because my yard is brown. So those gratitude statements, something for nature. Another really good gratitude statement is something about something or someone, that you don't know. I love doing that. I'm grateful for the owner of the white car that let me in on the freeway today. I'm grateful for the gentleman that held the door as I walked in with my arms full. So something about someone. Or one time I was making a payment on the phone and 2 people couldn't help me, and they finally got me to one gentleman. He's like, oh my gosh, Diana, not a problem, and takes care of it. And I thought, oh, I got to add him to my gratitude statement. So I was grateful for the gentleman on the phone that was able to help me so I could get stuff taken care of. So make sure you get your whole statement. Another thing that is really fun to be grateful for is for something for somebody else. I love doing that. My daughter has 2 young children. She's bought a house and is remodeling it. And my gratitude statements often have something to do with her. So I will say, I'm grateful that Fallon found a carpet because it's made her thrilled. Or I'm grateful that Fallon got the home that she wanted because she's so happy. It makes me proud. I'm so grateful that Fallon gave me 2 beautiful grandkids. So something for someone else is another one that's nice to put on gratitude. So just think outside the box of things to be grateful for in your gratitude statements. No, nothing is too small and nothing is too big for gratitude. Okay. The second section is the get excited. So the prompt is excitement and ideas. Says, today I'm excited about. In the introduction, it explains it a little bit. The quote, I love quotes. The quote is, focus on the excitement and it will lead you through the obstacles. Love it. So as far as the excitement and ideas is kind of what's going on in your head. So gratitude is when you're grateful for things that have already happened. Excitement and ideas are things to come. I can use myself as an example. I've got this YouTube channel and I do a Facebook Live every day and I do a newsletter once a week. So a lot of times my excitement and ideas, I'll do my gratitude and all of a sudden I'll think, ooh, I got a good idea for a live. So I'll put it in my excitement and ideas section right here. Or there's more projects than just the journal. I'll put that down here. Or I'll come across a really good quote for the next journal. I'll put that down here. Because one thing about these journals, these covers are limited edition. The journals are 90-day journals. So every 3 months, 2 new covers or however many covers I decide on. But new covers come out. So for my excitement and ideas, a lot of times will be something like that. Your excitement and ideas might just be, if you're deciding that you're going to start eating healthy, you might get excited about going to the store for healthy foods. You might get excited about a day to yourself to get the laundry done. If it's rainy, you might be excited to sit around and read a good book and journal all day. But excitement and ideas, get your brain moving, different things that you think about, anything you're excited about. And there's no right or wrong answer to any journaling at all. And the cool thing that I like about excitement and ideas is every day I'm writing down different excitement or ideas things. And then sometimes I need to jog my memory. A great example of that was last week's newsletter. I had writer's block. I couldn't think of anything. So I grabbed my journal and I thumbed through it on the excitement and ideas section, and I found a great idea that I had written down a couple days earlier that I would have forgotten about had I not written it. Or you might have an idea of something you want to look into. Maybe it is, I'm going to do some research on underwater basket weaving. So put it on there. That's an excitement or an idea. So that's your excitement and ideas section. The next section I love, it just ranks right up there with gratitude. Live with intention. Intention is I am statements. This is where you really create your future. Gratitude, you're appreciating your present and grateful for things that are happening now. Your intention section, your I am statements, that's where the magic happens. That's where you are creating the life that you want, the person you want to become. It's magic. And it says anytime you start a statement with I am, you're creating what you are and who you want to be. Dr. Wayne Dyer. Love that. So living with intentions, most people are familiar with I am statements. If you're not, we're going to get you familiar with I am statements. I am statements are what you want. So write down the same statements until they become your reality. I've got examples right here in the intro. So the examples of I ams, now these aren't the statements, this would be a list. I am fit, I am debt free, I am strong in my faith, I am my own boss. But I want you to take it a step farther than just a list. I want you to write a statement. Now let me show you what it looks like. So right here is your intention, and it said I am, or it says I am by doing. And notice that this is undated. It's undated, so if you miss a day or two, or say you got a busy weekend and you forget to journal, you're not missing any pages because they're dated. You just pick right back up. If you miss a day or two, no worries, pick it up and start where you left off. So I am by doing. So I am, were like I just said, I am fit, I am debt free, I am my own boss. Those are just your I ams. But you want to go a step farther. I am by doing. See here? Okay, so I'm going to use the example I use, and I'm just reading this right out of the intro because you guys are going to have this. And if you don't have it and you're writing on a notebook, then just stay tuned and we'll go through it the way we are. So I say dream big. Imagination is everything. It's the preview of life's coming attractions. Albert Einstein, guy was kind of smart. So when it says the preview of life's coming attractions, I am statements are the preview. I am is what you're creating. So the example I use is I am fit. And oh, here's another thing. Nope, I'm going to get to that in a second. So dream big. Dream big. Some I am statements, you have no idea how they're going to come to fruition, and that's okay. Then just write, the I am. but a lot of them, you might have an idea, and that idea might change. So don't worry about it. Nothing is set in stone. So it says dream big. The example I've got here is I am fit, which is just an I am. Here is an I am statement. I am fit by eating healthy, intermittent fasting, and moving my body for 30 minutes 5 times a week. That gives you an I am statement. That gives you the goal, and it gives you a game plan. So it's a perfect I am statement. And I realize that some I am statements, you're not going to know how it works out. You might say, I am going to be a millionaire. You don't know how, but you're going to keep on writing that you're going to be a millionaire. And all of a sudden, in your ideas and excitement, you just might come up with something. So here is another very, very valuable lesson that I learned, and I wanted to make sure that it was included in this journal. People say that a goal is a dream with a date. No. No, 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 no. I do not agree with that. I think that's crazy. If you put a date on your goal, you're going to be so disappointed when that date comes and goes. And if you've never accomplished that goal before, how are you going to know how long it's going to take you? You don't. So a story I've got for that is I had a goal one time to make X amount of dollars per week, and I put it in lipstick on every mirror in my house in lipstick. Not only did I see it, but everybody saw it. When that day, I saw it all the time, stuck out to me. I was so excited about that goal. When that date came and went, I could put my makeup on and I never even noticed that it said it on the mirror anymore because that date went away. So it became insignificant to me. So don't give yourself a date. You want to just be taking steps towards your goals every day. Okay. So also, like I said, the I am statements, these are going to be pretty close to the same every day until they become your reality. So back to the example is I am fit by intermittent fasting or whatever your plan to be fit is. So if you've got that and all of a sudden you realize that that is just a way of life for you. Every morning you wake up, you don't eat till noon, you eat healthy, you're going on your walks, you're exercising. You don't need a daily reminder to be fit. It's life to you. So stop writing that and set your heart on a new goal. One of my goals is to be debt-free. And then I put down the debts that I want to pay off. So what I'm loving is as I pay one off, I have one less to put on there. And so it's fantastic. So I am debt-free by paying off this credit card or this credit card or this debt, and this debt. And then as the time goes and I can pay one off, it is so rewarding to be able to do that. I love it. So your intentions, your I am statements are right here. This is a picture of the life you want to lead. This is who you want to become. Those are your I am statements. It might be I am closer to my children by having ice cream with my 8-year-old twice a week. Or I am closer to my 28-year-old by calling and asking her how she is every couple days. Here's something that I notice with the intention statements with mine, because I've been journaling a long time. They all kind of tie together. It's like when one happens, the other's going to happen, and wow, that'll make the other happen. So it's interesting because it's your life and it's who you want to be and the life you want to lead. So as you're going through the process, you will start zeroing in on this. When you start beginning, your I am statements might be all over the page. And then you'll start to see some cohesiveness in it, I think, because you're only creating one life. Your best life looks a certain way, and it's going to have these 6 features. So that's what I love about that. The next section, stay focused. This is one of the biggest benefits. Well, I can't even say one of the biggest because gratitude would be one of the biggest. I am statements would be one of the biggest, but staying focused on your I am statements is so important. You can't just write them down and ignore them. You just can't. And you can't just write them down and visualize them and think that that's just going to bring them to fruition. You got to take some steps. You just do. So staying focused is perfect. And I love this quote. The man who chases 2 rabbits catches neither. Confucius say that. So staying focused on this section, this is So important. This is called a top task. If you do nothing other than one top task a day, you will be taking steps towards your goals every single day. It is so important to reduce it to one important task. Trust me, nobody has 5 or 6 needle movers to get done in a day. They just don't. You can narrow it down to one most important thing that moves the needle. Get that one most important thing done every day, even if it's just one. And if you get 5 or 6 done, that's great. But one of them is going to be your most important. And you're going to know what it is. You might not want to write it down and make it reality, but you know what it is. And this does you no good if you're not honest with yourself. So, and it does you no good if you're not writing in it at all. There's people that will buy it and not write in it just because it's pretty. And it's not helping you just being pretty on your counter or pretty next to the bed. That's one thing I'm noticing about this too, now that I've sold so many and I hear so much from people that love it. But about half the people journal in the evening instead of the morning. So whatever works for you is perfect. Okay, staying focused is figuring out what one top task, and top task, these are very strategic this way. You're grateful, then you're grateful for what you have now. You're excited and coming up with ideas for the future. This is what your future looks like. This top task is a needle mover to something in your I am statements. So my I am statements, say one of my I am statements is to be completely debt free. So if one of my I am statements to be debt free, one, depending on the day, my top task might be paying off said credit card. That's my number one task of the day. And that's a needle mover because it helps me to create the life that I'm looking for. It helps me create my best life. Yours might be, one of your I am statements will use being fit as an example. If your I am statement is to be fit by eating healthy, maybe your top task is going to the grocery store to put healthy food in the house. Or maybe your top task is going through your cupboards and throwing away anything you're not supposed to eat. Your top task needs to be a needle mover towards something here. And just one task. Anything else is gravy. Now for a really fun one. This is a really fun section to me. Everybody loves quotes. I don't care who you are. Everybody loves quotes. There's wisdom to be learned. And the fun thing about quotes is sometimes you'll hear a quote and it will take you right back to a specific time, maybe an age, maybe a memory or an idea. So everybody loves quotes. But have you ever read a quote in the morning or you've seen a meme on Facebook and you try to tell somebody about it and you're like, "Wow, I saw this quote today. I don't remember who said it. I can't remember what it was, but boy, I really loved it." Yeah, we've all been there. We've all done that. So here is your wisdom from others. I love this section. And it's just a fun section. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But I love it. Gain wisdom from others. The quote is, "It is important to learn from your mistakes. It's better to learn from other people's mistakes. And it's best to learn from other people's successes. It accelerates your own success." Love it. So every single day, oh, it's a good one. So every day there is a wisdom section, which is the last section of the journal. There is a different quote each day. Life is not always a matter of holding good cards, but sometimes playing a poor hand well, from Jack London. Love it. And it says, this quote makes me think about. This is a completely optional section, but I absolutely love it. And I hear from a ton of people that they look forward to their quote each day. So if a quote resonates with you or makes you think about something or really, sets your heart on fire, write it down. Just take a minute to do it. So like another one on wisdom. If you want something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. Love that. If you've never journaled, and you want something you've never had, you better start doing something you've never done. With that being said, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, stay surrounded by loved ones, live with tons of gratitude and intention, and I will see you next time.